I'm Stephen John Drew from the official GonnaGeek.com show, a weekly geek news podcast that is a part of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other awesome geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 503 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. This is recorded live on Sunday, October 16th, 2022. If you're watching the video there, you saw my eyes wander wildly to try and find the time and date on one of my monitors. Wildly. I am Chris. Joining me today, we have the usual band of misfits. We'll start first with William Nelson.
Hey.
Hello, William. How do you do? Or should we call you by your name you had last week?
I do.
Do you want us to keep calling you Willie, or do you want us to refer to you as Mario?
To be honest, I forgot the fucking voice I used.
That's probably just as well. That means Mr. Mario will not be rejoining us this week, and I'm sure Mr. Anthony Bachman is thrilled to hear that.
Oh, I'm going to listen to it, and I'm going to find out next week.
We'd rather have some Luigi Mario than Mario.
Can you do Wario Mario?
Let me get in his headspace. He's a guy who always walks dick first. All right. Hey, yo, you punk bitch. I'm the lanky bastard Waluigi. I'll beat your ass.
That definitely wasn't Wario, because it went Waluigi.
You went Waluigi. We said Wario, but I'll accept it.
Oh, I thought you said Waluigi.
They sound very different.
Oh, my brain is all done today. I'll see you guys later.
Apparently.
Oh, Wario. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I got this. Well,
Isn't he the one that started out as a doctor?
You guys. What?
What?
Wasn't it Dr. Wario? Wasn't that the first game that had Wario in it?
No.
Game Boy?
I think so.
No. The first game Wario was in was Super Mario Land 2, the something of the 6 coins, golden coins.
I remember that one.
Yeah, I had it because it was Wario was the big bad guy. And I was like, I'm gonna win, Wario #1. That's just this voice that he usually has, so that's all you get.
All right, well, I'll take it.
Fish sticks.
Do you like
I don't know why it says fish. I don't know why he says fish sticks in Wario. Was it the Wario moves for the Wii? I played the hell out of that.
Sticks either.
Willie, do you like fish sticks?
I know the joke. I'm bypassing it. I don't know why he kept saying fish sticks. It made no sense just randomly. Fish sticks.
Won't even play along.
Like saying fiddlesticks.
Do I look like Kanye West?
No.
Do I look like I date a hobbit?
I mean,
yes.
I don't know your preferences. If you want to date a hobbit, that's fine.
I probably wouldn't say no to a hobbit, but I mean, come on. They're not real creatures.
Aren't they?
Well, I guess I shouldn't call them creatures. You know what I mean by that, though. They're make-believe, they're like elves. Like they're made up.
Oh boy, you just offended a good portion of the internet right there.
Pretty sure Willie's currently dating a hairfoot halfling.
Hold on a second, let me call up. Bitch, is you or is you not a hobbit? Was that not the direct line? Did you not say bitch?
It was about like that. There's probably a couple words difference in there, but you're pretty damn close. Oh, I love that episode. I love South Park in general.
Oh.
They are not afraid to piss anyone off.
Was that the same episode?
It's on the list.
The Hobbit and the fish sticks?
No, those are different episodes.
Those are 2 different episodes. God damn.
But it was at the end of the fish sticks episode where... No, it wasn't that one. He went to the sea to go be with his people, the gay fish, and then at some point he ends up on the moon with Wilsiax, the whale. I don't remember what episode that is, though.
Talk about was it a Lisa Frank wet dream? Jesus
Right.
Christ.
I mean, you remember Free Willsiacs, right? You don't remember Free Willsiacs. That was the episode when the people that work at the SeaWorld knockoff were screwing with the kids to make them think the whale was asking to be freed, that it wanted to escape. So they went to Mexican NASA, basically, to launch the whale back to the moon, which is where they claimed it was from. So they launched a whale and put it on the moon.
Nice.
You don't remember. This one's really good. It's called Free Willsiacs is the name of the episode.
Yeah, I don't appreciate it because I was a fat kid in the early 90s
It was
with the
Free
name of
Willsiacs,
Willie.
not
With the
Willie.
I
name
know.
Willie.
I know, but it still gives me flashbacks.
He's talking about all the Free Willy jokes he had to hear when he was a kid.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair. I understand where you're coming from, but this is Willsiacs, not Willie.
I was a fat kid named Willie, of course. That never stuck with me. Nope. It's still not here to me to this day, is it?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't bug you at all.
Nope, not at all.
Not one bit.
Here we are, just being chill.
well,
Willie, would you like
being
to talk
so
to me?
fucking chill right now.
Willie,
Well-
would you like to talk to me about Frosted Flakes?
I don't know where you're going with that. So I'm just going to continue on being angry.
Tony the Tiger, dipshit.
So continue being
Oh,
angry.
you're
Your,
going with your thing.
your
Okay.
standard MO in life is what you're saying. Just be angry.
Is that my?
No.
Holy shit! I am angry all the
I'm
time.
just messing. You're
Yeah, we gotta-
angry in character all the time.
We got to get him the vest that what's his face wears? The Panda King. Why can't I think of the kid? Sammy Guevara. Because that's actually what his patch says now is "Be mad."
Oh,
Is this a wrestler?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
They've
AEW.
been doing shit with
Yes.
this character to just piss off everybody. And so, yeah, he actually put a patch on one of his leather jackets that just says, "Be mad." It's like, yeah, fuck y'all. Be mad. I don't care. I'm having fun. I love Sammy Guevara. That kid is so fucking talented.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite things to say to people is when they piss me off is, "Hey, hey, hey! You know I can pick you up and throw you, right?"
Fastball special.
I mean, Chris, I picked you up, didn't I?
You did. I was scared.
What? I was gonna drop you on your head.
Yes.
Ouch. That would not be cool.
I was fearful. I was also fearful of the fact that, for those that are unaware, as we record this, we do it live, so I have a little soundboard set up next to me. It's an old Microsoft Surface Pro 2 tablet, which is the Surface Pro line just hit their 10-year-old anniversary, so it's like a 9-year-old machine. So it's not exactly new, but I bought it on eBay, Craigslist, like 5-6 years ago for like $100 used off of a guy locally here, and it came with the docking station, stuff like that. But I only turn it on to do the show because literally all it does is run a soundboard. It doesn't do anything else. I just put a soundboard on it and called it a day at this point in time. And evidently it was doing Windows Update because when I go and do the pre-roll and stuff like that, I keep my hand on top of the touchscreen, on top of it itself, and I hover my thumb over the next touchscreen button I'm about to hit. And hot damn, it scalded my fingers because it's in the middle of doing a Windows Update right now. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
old machine gets really hot, thermally throttling probably. It's perfectly fine now. Like I can set my hand on it. It's just slightly warm to the touch. But as we're doing the show, I was like, I wonder if this thing's finally going to give up the ghost and melt down. And no, it's not.
It definitely sounds like it was hot.
Chris!
Burn your finger.
Yeah,
I
not burned,
was
but it was
so fucking. I was so worried that the thing was going to be dead and no more buttons were going to be had.
Well, I mean, it's not like I couldn't plug another thing into that audio input and use any other device in my house as a soundboard. This is literally just me taking the easiest route ever to have a dedicated computer to be a soundboard.
Fair enough.
There's a laptop right here I could just run an audio jack into and do the same thing.
And also, Bachman, answer your question. The reason why Chris was so scared when I picked him up, because he felt how strong and tender my grip was.
Gross. So gross.
Willie
Am I lying?
Willie was just hoping I'd pop a fear boner is what I figured.
Fear boner.
Wait, that wasn't
Erection.
one?
Fear boner.
That wasn't one I felt?
That was my cell phone.
There's a roll of quarters in his pocket.
Yeah, it felt a little big.
What I got works for me. That's all I need. I don't care. which is a Pixel 6 Pro. That's what I got that works for me right now. My cell phone.
Nice.
See?
I have a joke, but it's
Pixel
in
6
bad
Pro.
taste.
I won't show you my screen because I don't know what's on it right now. Oh, nothing bad. See, here's my screen. Pixel 6 Pro with Spider-Man on it.
Oh, nothing bad.
I didn't know if people had texted me something that I shouldn't show on screen. I didn't want to accidentally
That's
put
true.
something on screen that nobody consented to having on screen.
Risky.
Oh, I mean, like this right here. Oh, wait, that's my news of the week I'm going to read about.
That was so bright we couldn't even read it. It was just.
Oh,
washed
I
out.
know. Let me open my window. Oh, God, look how bright it is outside.
Oh my.
Actually,
Yeah, it's pretty bright.
the weather it's cloudy.
I can't judge. I got light bleed coming over my right shoulder right now.
That's what I got the curtain for.
Well, I
I
have.
have
That's with
down
my
to
curtains
one
in
bulb
place.
that barely works.
I do have my lights on though to light up the rest of the room, so it's not as bad.
Trust me, if I turn on the overhead light, it is way too bright.
Well, I don't.
No
turn
one
on
wants
the
to see
overhead
me.
light. I have 2 LED panels that splash against the side of the wall to bounce light on me. So no direct light on my shiny chrome dome.
Well, I like one light over there, so this side of my face is darkened.
You want to be like Two-Face is what you're saying.
I've always been two-faced.
Do you flip a coin to make all your decisions?
Oh, you meant like the character?
Yes.
Oh,
Can we call you
no.
Big Bad Harv?
no! I do not want to be called Harvey Weinstein. What
How
the
about
fuck?
how about Big Bad Willie? Can we call you that?
Ooh, how about Big Bad Willie Wolf?
Why were you adding a wolf to the end of it? That doesn't make
Because
any
the Big
sense.
Bad Wolf, man. That's it. I thought it was clear.
No, you're not a wolf.
Well, not of Wall Street, but come on.
You're a Yeti.
Or like a really furry gerbil.
You're a Bigfoot.
Can it be the Donovan Willie man?
No.
Mm. But I mean, if you look at the chest hair, it's
No.
kind of turning a little.
No.
It's turning a little
Yeah.
white. So
We're
it
gonna
looks
take
like
Willie
pulling
off
it
screen
off.
right now because nobody
There
wants
you
to
go.
see his chest.
I
hair.
can't even pull it down that
Oh
far.
no, we
Look at
can't
the
even
neck.
see Willie
I
as
can't
he complains.
It goes underneath the camera.
Oh no, how are we gonna cope that Willie can't show his chest hair on screen? Oh no.
Guess I'll go back to bed.
Oh
Ugh.
no. Willie's going to sleep. That might have
And
been
then
the
he
worst thing
apparently
I've heard on this show.
He apparently then snorted his entire laptop into his face.
I mean, that
Sounded like a
happened.
human noise. That was wow.
Oh, then you never heard me sleep.
You're
Thank
correct.
God.
I've never heard you sleep.
And I never want to.
Wait, you never paid for my OnlyFans? It's just
No.
me sleeping.
Don't pay for those.
I don't subscribe to
Hey, friends support friends.
Not that way.
But Willie, we didn't
I
even...
kickstarted. I was ethically first to kickstart that card game.
We didn't even know you had an OnlyFans, Willie, so we couldn't have supported it.
Out of the three of who's gonna have OnlyFans?
It's not me.
Yeah, of the three of us, it would definitely be Willie.
It's just
He'd have
Willie
a ch-
knitting sweaters.
Yeah,
I told you
from
it's me
his chest
sleeping.
hair.
People are weird.
That's true. You probably could start one of just you sleeping. It would, and like you'd have 4 followers that would
Listen,
be
listen.
monthly.
For any of you weird, creepy guys out there, I am selling feet pics. I have a size 14. They never smell, and you can find me at Twitter or at South Porky. DM me. I got you. We'll talk prices
Gross.
anytime.
Well, that was gross, and
Super
I'm not
gross.
really sure what else to say about that other than it's gross, and I don't want to see your feet, Willie. I don't.
That was for the audience, not for you. Self-promotion, what can I say?
Enjoy. We're going to move on to other things.
Ooh, like what?
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
Oh,
Welcome to the news of the week. It is that part of the show where we run down what's in our minds some of the most interesting geeky and or nerdy news to have popped up here in the last week or so and share it with you fine folks who are watching us live on the internets over at nerds.live today because geeks.live is down for maintenance, or listening at a later date to the audio or video version of the podcast. It's good times. It's good times indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a big news story, but we'll start with a small news story just because it's kind of a follow-up from a previous thing we've discussed is, hey, remember, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago when we discussed the fact that Google has decided to kill Stadia, to shut down the service?
Die, Stadia, die!
Effectively.
It's the right month for it. The Halloween season.
Well, it doesn't get shut down fully until January 18th. They did, however, shut down the storefront, so you can't buy any new games, anything like that. So really, it's just play what you got until it's over. And one of the things we had talked about is some people had concerns of, well, I have some save games on my Stadia that I would love to be able to move over to another platform. One guy specifically was talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, where he had thousands of hours into the multiplayer with no way to move the game, saved game data over. But we discussed that Destiny was a possible problem, although I guess they have cross-save built into the game, so that was alleviated. One of the other games that I had mentioned, or at least I believe I did, was Cyberpunk 2077 when it came to Stadia. And why I had brought that up is because at launch, Cyberpunk ran best on Google Stadia, because they'd done a port to it that was fantastic because it was dialed into one specific set of hardware. So there was a lot of folks that had been playing Cyberpunk 2077 when Google Stadia launched up until this time. And there were concerns because when it comes to an RPG, lots of people get very invested in the character they create, the save game associated with, and want to be able to go back and replay certain things or change certain storyline decisions. So there were concerns as to, okay, I may have put hundreds of hours into Cyberpunk 2077. You're shutting down the service in which I play this game. Is there going to be a way for me to take that save game and download it and put it on a PC version or a console version of the game? Well, good news. There is a way now. And CD Projekt Red had posted a little bit on their website about it, and some folks had gone a bit more in depth as to what it was, and it's by using the Google Takeout program, which basically allows you to download a copy of your Google account. We're not going to go step by step through it, but just so you guys know, the way you would do it is you'd go to takeout.google.com and you'd do a new export, and you can deselect everything except your Stadia account information. So if you select Stadia, you can export that. Export once, it'll give you a zip file it varies in size, of course. You can download that zip file, and when you open it up, you can follow a pathway to Stadia/gaming/game save, and there will be a folder in there for Cyberpunk 2077. From there, you can pick up that save game file and drop it into that same directory on your PC in which the Steam game is installed or the GOG game is installed, things like that. And from what I can tell is this should allow you, so long as you've used the Red launcher, and I think that's for GOG, I'm not 100% sure, there is a cross-platform save tool there. So in theory, when you launch that game with the save game you've taken from Google Stadia, you could then port it to Xbox or PlayStation. Now, the problem you run into is if you don't own the PC version of the game and you want to be able to move your data to your console, I'm not sure how that is going to work in the short term. But there is a way, at least, to get your save game data for Cyberpunk 2077 out of Google Stadia, which I think is a good thing. I'm hoping we hear more about that as we get closer to January 2023 when this is shut down. But remember, a lot of these companies were shocked and surprised that Google Stadia was shutting down. I do believe Ubisoft had committed and said, hey, we're going to find a way to move save games off of Stadia. And there are a few other games that have done it, like Destiny and now Cyberpunk, and presumably more to come. So if you are or were a Stadia gamer and want your save game to migrate to another platform, it's starting to become more and more possible. Just keep your eye on some of like the gaming blogs or gaming subreddits and stuff like that as more and more stuff gets fleshed out, and you'll presumably have a way to get the game data moved over. It does highlight the problem, though, with cloud gaming is when they decide to shut down those servers, you're SOL.
You don't own shit.
Well, and to be fair, this is where I actually give Google a little credit here, is they are refunding everyone all of their costs, basically, for these games and things like that they've paid for. So, less problematic. If you paid $60 for Cyberpunk 2077 at launch, you're getting your $60 back, which means in theory you could then go and buy it on Steam or GOG or things like that in which you'll probably pay less than $60 because it's a game that's regularly on sale right now. And it's a game that has a pretty revitalized user base, we noticed too. Like, it was the number one game on Steam for the past few weeks after the number one game being played on Steam, in part because of the Edge Runners anime. It got a bunch of people interested in it, and there's people that watched the anime and then picked up the game, and there's other people that came back to the game when they said, hey, this new patch version 1.6 has a bunch of stuff from the Edge Runners anime in it and capabilities and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of really cool like let's play videos I've seen on Twitch and YouTube, and people that put guides together to do different builds to make your V be like David Martinez, the main character in Edge Runners, or some of the other characters he meets, how to spec your V out to play the game like you saw in the anime. It's pretty interesting. And this, I don't know, I really enjoyed Cyberpunk 2077 when I first played it at launch. I didn't have a ton of issues, presumably because I was playing on the Xbox Series X. And I have picked it up recently and started replaying it because we'll get into it more into what I'm into. The games I wanted to play, I still haven't gotten, and that's a whole problem in and of itself that I talked about last week. So I restarted Cyberpunk, and I've been having fun with it. I just now got to the point where I've started noticing differences between my initial playthrough and now, where gear costs have changed, the gear is different gear and things like that. And I'm going, oh, this is kind of cool. I like this.
Finding some of the good quality of life updates.
Yeah, so I've been pretty impressed with Cyberpunk after I picked it up again. Now remember, I'm also someone who picked it up, played for 4 or 5 months until I'd beaten the game a couple times and had a bunch of fun with it, and I haven't touched it since. So I've gotten a lot of updates. Yeah. There's a bunch of different endings for the game depending on decisions you make and stuff like that. Or if you're male V versus female V and who you romance in the game and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. It's a fun game. And I'm happy to see other people enjoying it. And I think it kind of goes to show that, man, maybe this is what that game should have been. If they just let it bake a while longer.
Wait. Did you hear what he just said? He said he actually beat a game.
I don't know what that's about. I don't know why you would beat a game.
He said he beat a game. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. He beat a game.
You can probably load up my Xbox Live achievements and it'll show that I completed the game.
I'm lazy.
I'm just saying. If you go to Xbox Live site and plug in the gamer tag of Spidey616, that's me, you can go and see the achievements.
No, it's just, you beat games, Chris?
I do.
When did you start beating games?
Just
only when it deals with Cyberpunk.
Surprising.
Wait, no, you beat Amazing Spider-Man, though.
That's true.
Didn't you?
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay, we don't count that one for obvious reasons.
I beat Halo Infinite. I beat Gears of War 4.
Yeah, those are like 5-hour games, though.
That sounds like false advertising.
Sorry, what?
That's like a 5-hour game.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's like a 5-hour game. Yeah, I played all the way through all 5 hours of it. I beat it. I got it gone. No, I never played it. I never played it.
I was going to say, what system did you play it on, Willie?
Stadia.
It wasn't on Stadia. Although, the multiplayer...
I played through my phone through Game Pass. I'll only exclusively my phone.
You could actually.
Only on back.
I know you could because I've seen my buddy do it. So I know it's 100% possible.
It actually works
pretty well. He had a little thing that his phone clipped into on his controller, and yeah. It seems like a weird Frankenstein Switch thing going on.
Kind of. And then Razer's putting their own gaming tablet out that basically is a...
You say Razor Ramon?
Razer, not Razor Ramon.
Razor I thought I heard you say Razor. I know. Not in my heart.
That's fair. If you want another short gaming story, this one had popped up in my feed. I forgot about it. But hey, Gotham Knights is coming out. And remember, they discussed recently that
that's a thing.
They were dropping their original plans to release on PS4 and Xbox One. So it's only going to be on next-gen consoles.
Yeah.
Let's go back a few months. This is a game that was supposed to originally be on Xbox One and PS4, and then they tacked on those next-gen consoles. So they dropped that.
Yeah.
And then they also let out the fact that, hey, the game's only going to play at 30 frames per second. So everyone's like, what the hell are you guys doing? This was supposed to come out on the last generation of consoles. Mm-hmm. Now you're putting it out on new consoles that have more horsepower, and it's only going to be 30 frames per second.
I'm sorry. I'd like to make a point here. Like, for the Xbox Series...
For all consoles, 30 frames.
No,
per
no,
second.
no. What's the fucking next gen? What's the current gen Xbox called? I don't
Series
fucking remember.
S and Series X.
All right, the series is the series is and the PS5.
Yes.
I think the minimum fucking frame rate should be 60. Like, fuck you for this 30. We at all this power, yeah, we're gonna nope 30. Fuck you.
And
Fucking figure it out. Figure it out.
The fun thing is they tried to spin it as, well, we had to do this so it'd be playable on the Xbox Series S, and everyone's like, but you don't have to have the same frame rate across all the different consoles. In fact, there's plenty of other games that have come out that were locked at 30 frames per second performance mode on the Series S, but 60 frames per second performance mode on the Series X. So your argument doesn't hold any water.
Yeah.
It's just
Warner Brothers plus gun equals shoot yourself in the foot again and again.
I want to
and
like
again.
this game. I was excited about it, but the more and more I'm seeing about it, I'm like, oh, dude, this is going to be a shit show. And this is one of those ones that I'm not buying at launch for sure. It's one I'm waiting a few months to see what shakes out.
I was looking for basically a Batman Arkham City style game where I get to play as Nightwing. I fucking love Nightwing.
Is there
2 pages of the new series? I can't wait to play as Nightwing.
Is this just console?
It's on PC as well.
Oh no!
I don't know if it's not the 30 frames per second on PC.
Oh no! Do you not remember Arkham Knight and the bullshit that happened on PC?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Oh, they fuck it up again, ain't they?
Where there's some stuff that they refused to patch when it was all said and done because it wasn't worth their money is basically what it came down to. So like there were game-breaking bugs on PC that they just never patched.
Hey fans, fuck you. That's pretty much what they said.
Yeah.
I think that's actually the Warner Brothers motto now.
You wanted a playable game?
Well,
we just wanted the money.
It's not even in their gaming division. You saw they basically just kneecapped the Cartoon Network staff, and Cartoon Network, as we know it, will no longer exist because of all the firings they did there.
Wait, the Cartoon Network's done?
Not done, but pretty much all the people that developed cartoons for Cartoon Network got fired.
Yeah.
What about Toonami and Adult Swim?
It's all up under that same umbrella.
Who's fucking up at fucking, was it Viacom?
They're going to merge all of their different animation studios together now that they have cleaned the house some and put everything under one banner.
You know what? I know this shit's working really good. Let's fuck it up. Come on, boys. Let's fuck it up. Yeah!
All they're doing at this point in time is trying to cut costs to hope that NBC Universal comes to buy them is honestly what I think at this point.
Oh, okay. It's for a reason. Okay, that
No, I don't think that's a good reason. I just think that's the reason behind all of these.
I didn't say it was a good reason either. At least there is a reason. I thought there was zero reason for it. I thought they were like, yeah, I know shit's working good, but let's fuck it up.
No. The reason the entire time has been this is cost-cutting measures. That's why they've done everything they've done.
Yeah, that's why Zaslav's in charge, because he was the guy who basically built Discovery on shitty reality shows that cost nothing to make and can sell advertising space. And so he looks like he's a good money guy. And the first thing he did was shit on, Warner Brothers projects and turn them into tax cuts instead of movies.
Wait,
I'd rather have a $20 million tax cut than put out a film that could make us $100-200 million.
My brain is having a rough time right now. What channel does Rick and Morty come on? Is it Cartoon Network? Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like their Adult Swim, but I was like, wait, I don't know, because I've only seen it like on Hulu. I don't fucking know.
But I don't think you got to remember they signed their deal already for 10 seasons, and Rick and Morty makes them money, so they're not going to touch them.
Yeah, no, that's probably the one safe show. That's the one show that's safe in the Cartoon Network.
But they've been canceling a bunch of stuff that was on there, and there's also stuff that was on Cartoon Network and Adult Swim and stuff like that. That I think we talked about on the Gonna Geek show. I don't remember if I talked about it on this show or not, where people had bought digital copies of it. And because remember, you don't own digital copies.
Yep. And
Warner had pulled them basically. So there are people that lost copies of stuff they'd bought in their Voodoo because Warner wanted the tax break, which is this can't be available anywhere. So I can't remember the name of the cartoon. They'd done 3 seasons. The first 2 are put out physically and digitally. And
I thought you were talking about Rick and Morty.
No, the third one was only digitally. So you can't get the full run of this cartoon. Can't get the full run.
You pointing at me?
I'm pointing at my DVD shelf.
Can't get the full run unless you pirate, basically, is what happens now.
Oh, yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, fuck the companies. Pirate if they want to be, I'm just going to say it, they want to be cunts, treat them like one.
All right, keep in mind, if you do that, you can get sued back to the Stone Age.
I don't, Okay, you make it available, people will buy it. It's that fucking simple.
But they don't
you make it
want
not
to be
available. That's what
And-
people are going to do.
And
I
is it
don't
Rocky
pirate
V?
shit, but
Sue me for
I can't
what?
blame them if
I'm
you're going to be
broke.
assholes, companies. I cannot blame them.
And
Yeah,
I'm
you are
really
probably
hoping
right
some-
on that, Chris. I probably should not sponsor it, though. You're
I'm
probably
really
right on
hoping
that.
some hacker goes in there and figures out how to get Batwoman off of the whatever hard drive Warner
Ooh.
Brothers has it saved
It's
on.
literally locked in a vault, is my understanding.
Oh, it's
not
going to be
even on the
leaked.
network.
You know someone's going to leak it.
I mean, hopefully at some point. I
Yeah.
hope they do.
Someone's going to Ryan Reynolds it, and you know it.
Yeah, they should, because fuck their tax break.
Well, remember, that was their concern, which is why before it was even
They
announced,
pulled it, yeah.
was pulled off of the network where like the director's been working on stuff. Because I can't remember the director's names off the top of my head. I apologize. But they talked about the fact after the cancellation came out, man, I wish we could get a couple pictures of Keaton in the bat suit on set out of the film
Yeah,
to
and
put
they
up for
lost
folks.
everything.
And they logged in and saw that
Yep.
literally everything had been removed from the network drive where they had
Uh.
been putting together the movie.
I'm sorry, did you not? I thought I did the air quotes. I meant Warner Brothers is going to be the ones who are probably going to release it. You know, ooh, whoops, look what we did by accident.
Not with this,
Ooh.
not now because of the
No.
tax implications. Now
Fair
we'll wait
enough.
4 or 5 years down the road when there's different
Next
leadership
fiscal
in there,
season.
or whenever someone acquires them and decides they want to do something different with it. Then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully they get a creative someone in there that's actually, made a, makes a creative decision and actually wants to create shows and not just reality show shit that costs $12 to make.
And that no one really watches. $12, that's cheap, but no one watches it, so
That's-
who cares?
That's the problem. Too many people watch crappy ass
Oh.
shows like Naked and Afraid XL.
Wait, really? Wait,
Yeah.
is it really called XL?
Yeah, they actually have one that's like Naked and Afraid XL that was promoting like crazy during Shark Week. So you watch
Now-
a bunch of the shark shows, and yeah, there was a bunch of idiots freezing in a like Russian forest, and then they weren't even naked; they were wearing like furs.
Yeah,
Well,
they
You
found
can't
the
even
furs.
stick to the name.
I was about to say,
of the
don't they
show.
start out naked?
start
And
out
if they
naked.
find something that
I've
can
watched a
cover
few
them, they do
episodes
it.
of it because it's generally if I'm tired and want to take a nap, throw it on Discovery because that'll put me to sleep anymore. But the whole premise of the show is you start out basically with one piece of survival gear that you get to pick. Sometimes it's machete, sometimes it's a net, things like that, and that's it.
A
Oh,
condom.
Apparently, too many people are falling asleep to those shows because they think Saslav's a genius over there.
Now, when you
In charge of
said
Warner Brothers, and now he's slashing everything.
Naked and Afraid XL, I was like, so they got like well endowed people. So
No.
that pixelation has to go down some.
It's because it's a 2-hour show instead of a 1-hour show.
I'm a shower, not a grower, but I'm also a grower. Oh God.
Ugh,
So you're from The
Gross.
Boys, that one Russian dude?
yeah.
Are you talking about the guy that shrinks in the first
Nope.
episode? Because if not, I
Nope.
have not finished it. So that's on me.
He was in the first 2
That's on me.
seasons too, I think.
It was
Yeah, he attacked Mother's Milk at
Yeah.
the insane asylum.
who's Mother's Milk again?
The black dude.
Amen.
Oh, Mother's Milk. That's right. I was always thought, why is he called that? So weird.
Well, in the comics, there's a reason.
Okay, fair enough. Mother's. I always remember, like, I don't remember him. I know his face and everything. They call him MM. That's right. It's just so weird. Like Frenchie's so easy because he's French.
Ironically, the actor's, I believe, from Israel.
Yeah,
Oh, he looks like it.
but
Yeah,
he does a
good
great, like
Probably
fake
he probably knows
accent.
French though. Who knows? He does it very well. Does that accent really well. Good on him. Frenchie's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, I enjoy Frenchie.
She's good.
He's much more level-headed than any of the other guys.
Which
He's
is
like-
weird when his answer to anything is usually blowing shit up.
Well, yeah, but he also de-escalates things. He tries to de-escalate things. That's what people don't do nowadays. There's like an argument when I'm playing, I don't know, Among Us still. Like, people like to fucking get angry. I'm like, hey, can we just chill out, man? There's no need for this. I'm trying to de-escalate things unless I really want a shitstorm to watch. Like, let me stir up something. I know this guy's buttons. Hey, did you hear he say that to you? Ooh, woo.
But that's it for my
Really
news and the random
fucking
tangents
have it.
off it. I'm going to toss things over to Willie D. Nelson. What you got for us, Willie D?
Oh, well, that's a funny thing. I had a news story and I was reading it. And I was like, oh, God, this is poorly written. I don't really understand what it's saying. So ixnay on this. But then I remembered there was news that came out last week. I think after we did it, or after we did the show, or I just didn't see it right beforehand. Some good news, some very good news. I thought this show was canceled, and I was like, man, that sucks. But every time it keeps saying there's a new season, I was always pleasantly surprised that it got a new season, because I was like, I love the show a lot. It's probably going to get canceled, right? And then finally, when HBO stuff was like, oh, we're canceling this and this and this and this, I was like, fuck, I thought they said that was canceled. But apparently, Doom Patrol Season 4 is still moving on. This fucking mule will not die. God damn.
So this kind of loops back to a story we had talked about around the same time the Warner Brothers acquisition happened, where there was someone who claimed to be an insider that said these are the shows that are on the cut list, and Doom Patrol had been mentioned. The thought being in that article that they were too far along with whatever they'd been filming now. It would be the next season of Doom Patrol as axed, not that they were going to axe it in the middle of their production. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's safe. It depends on how well it does on HBO Max compared to how much it costs them.
Now, I am a little worried because there is something I saw that was like, I don't know what that means. It's either one of two things. Because when I found out it wasn't canceled, because HBO had a little notification on my phone saying, like, hey, new teaser for Doom Patrol Season 4A. I was like, Season 4A? That either means one of two things. Either it's separated in two parts, A and B, or the worst case scenario, they only have A done and this done after that.
Well, it's probably a combination of both of what you're saying, in which it's split into two parts, and they've only finished the production on the first half, part A, and they're finishing up post-production work
I'm hoping
on the second. That's how a lot of those things work when they split these seasons, is they may not have finished the run on the entire season, but they finished the production work on the first half, so they can finish up the second during that gap in between.
God, I love Doom Patrol so much.
You just love Brendan Fraser, which is a good thing.
Well, if you don't like Brendan Fraser, I'm gonna find your address. I'm gonna come to you and just punch you right in the fucking jaw because you deserve it. Why don't you like Brendan Fraser? What's wrong with you?
Anyone should like Brendan Fraser, but to each their own.
Anyone should like. That's a weird way of wording that. I know what you meant, but it's a weird way of wording it.
I didn't want to say everyone does, because not everyone does. And
the one dude that accosted him, he probably doesn't like him because he called him out for that shit like he should have.
I wasn't trying.
What's his name? I want to say his fucking name.
I wasn't trying to reference that because I didn't want to bring up something that's going to upset people. But yes, that did happen. It's more some people just don't like some actors, which is fine. You don't have to like everyone, but he's a pretty likable dude.
He is.
I'm spelling Brendan Fraser right. I never. Yeah. Fuck you, Philip.
He's got a good heart. Like, that guy always seems to be in the right spot, doing the right thing.
Willie, if you don't know who it, don't call anyone out.
No, he came out.
Don't know who it is, because I don't want to have to deal with
right here. This is it right here. I'm fine. I'll keep it quiet, but I'll give the initials a PB. That's enough. You Google it. It's right there. There's a GQ interview with Brendan Fraser, and it says right there. So I'm just going to leave it right there.
Okay.
I saw you having trouble. You let me have my little bit, and I'm not going to do it anymore. All right. But fuck that piece of shit.
Well, he's going to get us all hanged.
I want to punch him right in the fucking jaw. He deserves it. You want to inappropriately touch people? Then I'm going to inappropriately touch you with my fist. Make it sound dirty. I don't give a fuck.
I wasn't trying to make it sound dirty. I was just.
I mean, any listener. I don't care. I'll feel. Oh, that's a prank show. Fisting with Willie. I just pop up and pop out. Fisting with Willie. Hey, don't worry, bro. Look, cameras. We got cameras. It's just a prank, bro. It'll work. It'll do gangbusters, right?
Willie will have fun, which I guess that's all that matters.
Well, Warner Brothers likes cheap entertainment. You should send Zaslav an email for your idea for a contest or reality show called Fisting with Willie.
If you can do that show for scale, he'll pay for it.
Pay me $500 an episode. I'm fucking happy. That's cheap as fuck. I mean, That's how much I'm getting paid. Also, give me some money for the production, like cameras
$500 per episode,
and a little bit of correct,
Do you know how many
like
hours.
3 people to run cameras and the cameras.
Do you know how many hours go into each episode of TV? What your hourly rate is basically going to be if you're getting 500 an episode?
That's why I make it count. I punch what people we're cutting in, we make it go in. I'm lazy. I told you this. I'm smart about being lazy.
No, you're not, because you're making shit for money off of this show.
No, I'm gonna do it like fucking like Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, where I record a whole season's worth of episodes in a week.
I don't think you understand
2 weeks, but you know what I mean.
how much time it takes to do one episode of a show like that.
No, I thought it was obvious. I don't.
Yeah. Very obviously he doesn't understand.
Let me live in my fucking bubble.
Feel free. You're gonna love that $500 per episode when it's all said and done.
Cash money.
Listen. The $500 is whatever, because it's what comes on after that. Now I'm in the public eye. That's where it really comes out.
You're also
I'm playing 4D chess, man. What are you doing?
How are you going to afford your legal bills for punching so many people?
Just like the YouTube. Hey, look, it's a prank, bro. It's just a prank. Then they're probably gonna punch me back. And then they can't sue me if they punch me back. So we're done here. So peace, bitch.
If you start a fight, they can sue you.
Yeah, it's called self-defense.
I didn't start a fight. I started a prank show.
I love how you're just doubling down on this bad idea. And Bachman and I are like, this is terrible. Don't do this.
And this is why there's certain episodes of Jackass that never aired, as well
I
as
promise
Punk'd.
you. I promise you it won't be either one of you that I'm punching.
Sure it won't.
I'll just be coming to your town to do it to somebody. It might be your significant others.
What?
I'm threatening your wife.
Why do you want to punch my wife?
I'm kidding.
You don't even know my wife.
Because he's a jackass, apparently.
Oh, but my fist will. I can't close a fist, but I'll do it. Why is this all I can close it? Oh, that sucks. That's why I got this hand. No, but this is all I can close it. As far as it goes.
I'm still just
Fucking
trying to
middle
figure
knuckle.
out why you want to punch my wife.
Because he's an asshole.
I don't know how to be funny with this joke, so I'll just go with Bachman. Yeah, I'm just an asshole.
I assume there had to be some kind of punchline we're building up to here, but it never
Yes,
happened.
the punchline to your wife.
No, he's got nothing. He's got nothing.
Oh,
The
dear.
line that the punch is following through
Willie,
to.
do you want me to bail you out of this? If you want me to bail you out, just say so right now, and I'll bail you out of it.
No. I will end it with one of my favorite quote of Brendan Fraser from Doom Patrol. You ready? Fuck!
Willie, I think you're just stupid.
Oh, is that where you're going?
Thank
I
you,
think
Nagi.
mine was a lot better.
Well, I could go with this. This would be you talking to yourself.
You're a bad person. I still think mine's better. Which one am I talking about? Me now or me then? Who knows?
Shut your face hole.
I still think mine was funnier. Oh, are you stop looking
Shut
for
your
buttons?
face hole.
Jesus Christ. It's just- Why did that thing not die? God damn it.
Shut that shit down.
Apparently, it wasn't made to. It was
Oh
meant to
my
live.
God.
It's alive.
All right. The punching is no longer to your wife, it's to your fucking soundboard. God damn it.
You know,
Let's
that
say
doesn't-
everything at once before it
that
dies.
doesn't remove the audio clips that I've saved to the cloud. That just removes the platform in which I play them. I have like a bajillion other platforms to be able
Yes,
to do
but
it.
as we all know, Willie's the type of character on the TV show that when they try to destroy a computer, they kick the monitor.
It's in the laptop or it's in the computer.
Well, to
Mhm.
be fair, it is a
Zoolander,
Surface
there you go.
computer, so the monitor is right over top the motherboard and the hard drive. So if you kick the monitor, it would damage the rest of the computer.
I wouldn't kick a monitor. I like pretty images.
Bachman, what do you got for news?
We got Marvel delays. Yeah, sadly, Warner Brothers isn't the only one having troubles. So now, due to from a Polygon article by Joshua Rivera on the 11th, see what he said. The multiverse, she's a tricky one, and not even Deadpool can escape the crossfire. So we got shifting unpredictable concept, and movies are no exception. Secret Wars, the grand finale to the Marvel Cinematic Universe's current multiverse saga, has been delayed 6 months. So that's going from November 7th to 2025 to May 1st of 2026. And so just everything is being shuffled along the way. So with the delay of Secret Wars, the third Deadpool movie has been moved from September 6th, 2024 to November 8th of 2024. Fantastic Four, which I believe still doesn't even have a director, has been moved from November 8th, 2024 to February 14th, 2024. And Blade, which, like we all said, we believe is supposed to be starting like filming this or next month, has been bumped from November 2023 to September 6th, 2024. Let's see. It says Blade is easily the most heavily impacted by the changes. The anticipated reboot was set to begin filming next month before production was halted on Tuesday. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Marvel has decided to take its time in the search for former director Bassem Tariq's replacement, choosing to develop the movie further instead of keeping the production's planned November start. After Tariq's departure 2 weeks ago, if Marvel plans suffer no further setbacks, Blade will likely begin production in early 2023. So it's supposed to start next month, and now it may not begin until next year when we look for a director.
I was about to say Blade seems like the only reasonable one because they lost the director, right? Because of the director problems. Which,
yeah, and then
that makes
I think
sense.
After that, yeah, it just becomes shifting, everything after that, because we got, Wakanda Forever next month, and then I'm not even sure what is supposed to be the next. I think Marvels would be the next big release.
Going back to Blade a sec, though, there's also rumors there's script issues, too. I don't know how good those sources are, but the rumors have been floating around that part of what happened, too, was there were script issues. And Mahershala Ali was not very happy with some of the stuff in it, and the delay to fix that is what partially caused them to lose the directors because they had other stuff to do.
Keep that man happy because he was the best part of Luke Cage. Jesus Christ, he was the best part.
He was badass. Luke Cage. It's one of those, you wouldn't think it's that hard to make a Blade movie. I mean, Wesley Snipes made 3 of them. Like, it can't be that difficult.
He was there for 2 of them.
Yeah.
Well, and the character Blade was there for the 3rd one.
What was it? Yeah. The 3rd one where he actually refused to open his eyes, so they had to CGI eyes onto him.
Yeah, what the hell was that? What are you, a fucking toddler? Come on, Wesley Snipes.
That was him being in having
a toddler tantrum.
He had a tantrum on set for 6 months. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's shifting. Everything's getting slowed down, and it's weird when you see Fantastic Four was supposed to come out November 8th, 2024. Now we're moving it to February. It's like you still don't have a director for that film. It's the one problem I have with the way they set this stuff up. It's we're gonna. I thought they had one.
Matt Shackman, who was doing WandaVision.
Is Shackman set in stone right now?
Yeah, you're thinking previously when it was John Watts who was signed on to do it. Who did
I know they lost Watts. But yeah, it's one of the weird things about the way they do these phases, which I love the fact that Kevin Feige, they sit down and they plot out here's what we're doing for the next 5 years, and then D23, you get the big poster, here's the image, Secret Invasion, that logo changed. But we've seen, hey, here's the logos of the stuff we're going to give you over the next 5 years. But then they're literally going from a date of release and then working backwards instead of let's find, a good director. Let's find someone that loves these characters, write a good script. Let's start filming and then announce that we're going to release a movie. It's, this whole working backwards thing. It's you end up with a whole lot more stuff being shuffled around. Because, what does it matter if they move, a movie from one date to another date if they haven't, even written the script yet? It's just kind of weird. But, looks like everything in the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been delayed. And so it's going to be a question of, how phases 5 and 6 end up being shifted along after we see, probably the massive changes from Wakanda Forever and something else that I could talk about after we get into what I'm into, because we are now a step closer to the new Avengers, or the young Avengers, as it were. And so after Wakanda Forever, there's a good shot that what we're going to get by the end of Phase 5, the people fighting Kang are probably going to be the young Avengers. The odds of, at this point, Ruffalo and Hawkeye, I think on Slashfilm, they said are the only originals left. Chris Hemsworth's basically done with Thor now. Chris Evans has been done with Captain America for a while. Scarlet Witch not Scarlet Witch. Black Widow's dead. So Scarlett Johansson's gone. Though it's comics, everybody can come back. There's a multiverse. But I mean, yeah, they're just got everything set up and shifted to where we can get a Young Avengers / Champions type team going up against Kang in the future. What's going to be hilarious, though, now that I think about it, what if it ends up being that the only OG Avenger is Scott Lang? How funny would it be if Ant-Man was like the senior member of the new Avengers team?
Oh, dear God. If he's in control, if he's like the leader, too, like the one who takes charge. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that could be. No, think how hilarious it would be if Paul Rudd's playing the character that really, oh, wait, I'm now like the senior member. I have to tell people what to do.
He couldn't even run a Baskin Robbins.
Well, Chris
I know.
Hemsworth,
Baskin Robbins always finds out.
Chris Hemsworth doesn't really seem to be in any rush to stop playing Thor.
No, but I mean, he's also in the middle of what? He's still working on that Hulk movie. He's doing Extraction 2. Like,
I don't think the Hulk Hogan movie's actually happening at this point.
Yeah, I've been wanting the trailer for that last, year and a half, 2 years once they said it. What the fuck? What are we doing here? I get COVID, but what the fuck?
I don't know what happened. That movie kind of like secret, like just, slowly disappeared and they stopped talking about it. So yeah,
I just want to see Chris Hemsworth
come out or not.
as Hulk Hogan. Don't even make the movie. I just want to see him in Halloween as just like he would be in the movie. That's it. That's the only thing I care
For
about.
Halloween,
I don't
he should
care
just
about
do
the
full
movie.
Hulkamania,
I
like
just want to see what he would
1988
look like.
Yeah.
I just want to see him
It'll be interesting
cosplay
to
as
see.
Hulk Hogan. I don't even care about the fucking movie. Fuck the movie. Unless they're going to be talking about his racism and shit. I don't fucking give a shit.
Yeah.
And as,
we got Black Panther coming, and we're gonna get Namor. We're gonna get Ironheart. We're gonna get Shuri as Black Panther, and then we're gonna get Loki season 2, Marvels. Oh, I just had the other one.
And if you want to see what Ironheart looks
Guardians 3.
like, if you go to pretty much Target or Walmart, if they have the Black Panther toys out in a lot of them now, the Ironheart figure looks awesome. And
Wait, is it going to be in
toys
Black
again.
Panther?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's in the trailer
Black
for
Panther's
Black
going to
Panther.
introduce Ironheart. Yeah, they literally show someone knocking a piece of a heart-shaped piece of metal out of another piece of metal. Like,
Oh, I
they
didn't
made
see
it
that.
as blatant as possible. They're like, oh, look, it's an iron heart. It's literally a piece of metal cut to the shape of a heart that gets knocked out of another piece of metal in the trailer.
Yeah, the Ironheart armor looks awesome. The toy, the Marvel
Okay.
Legends toy is out, and I saw it at Target this last week, and it was really cool. I almost bought it. I just didn't need it.
Okay, yeah. According to Space Bot, yeah. So it's Quantum Medium, the Ant-Man and the Wasp, Secret Invasion. Then we get Guardians 3, Echo, Loki Season 2, and then the Marvels. If those all stay on track. Which, yeah, at this point, who knows? Because everything's being shuffled around.
Well, Ant-Man and the Wasp, are they
Is it-
done filming? I can't remember.
I think they might be done with principal photography. I think they're in post-production.
And then they'll have their pickups that they'll do after that, because they always do reshoots on
Mhm.
Marvel films to fill their stuff.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be out in February.
Okay.
And then May we get Guardians, and then July we get the Marvels, which they set up with the end of the Miss Marvel TV show
Right.
in a pretty cool way. Yeah, so everything's being shuffled, and it's it's one of those things. It's like, well, once they put the trailer out, then you know for sure what date the movie's going to be released. Up until then, everything's in flux. But not necessarily a bad thing. It's just weird the whole way. I mean, now that it's kind of a big machine working backwards, it's kind of strange how everything works in reverse. It's like, oh, we're going to give our date, and then we're going to give the title of the movie, and then we'll go try to find someone to write it.
I mean,
It's like,
they've been doing that since Phase 2.
yeah,
Seems to work for them.
yeah. I mean, I'd still say Marvel's still kicking WB's ass when it comes to putting movies out in a cinematic universe. We'll see if The Rock can have anything to say about that when Black Adam releases this month.
Well, there's some cool stuff that came out of that one, but I'm not really rushing to theater to see that one. And I'm not trying to indulge in tribalism, just personal opinion stuff there. But the biggest concern I still have for Marvel, we'll get into that later. Tribalism, where there's some people that are like, oh, I love DC, so they automatically just have to shit all over everything that's not
Yep.
DC, or vice versa. I love Marvel, so I'm going to crap all over that. Or if you want to go into politics, it goes that way with both parties there. Things like that. Tribalism's terrible.
Fair
And
enough.
I hate it.
I just didn't know what you meant. I get it.
My
I just didn't
biggest
know.
concern with Marvel still continues to be that I'm someone who's a Marvel fan. I'm not caught up with all of the Disney Plus shows and all the Disney Plus content yet. Like, I really enjoy it. So what happens when something big happens in the finale of She-Hulk? And I'm not going to touch on it now because we'll get into it later. That has
Because I'm only 2 or 3
ramifications-
episodes in.
that has ramifications for the movies that
Yeah.
people aren't watching because they don't want to watch She-Hulk. And that's fine. You don't have to watch She-Hulk. You can not watch it because it doesn't appeal to you or because you don't want just a workplace comedy, things like that, have a legitimate reason for it. But there's stuff that they're doing in these shows that's going to tie in to movies. So how do you bridge that gap for someone who doesn't watch them, who watched the movie and is like, who the hell is this female Hawkeye? What's going on? For instance.
Who is the female Hawkeye?
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
from
Oh,
Hawkeye
did she
show.
wait? Wait, did they
Haley
actually? Did she go by
Steinfeld?
Hawkeye in the comic too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Let's say let her have her own name instead of female.
Well,
Or
she
female
took,
Hawkeye.
she took
No,
his
no.
name because if I recall
moniker.
correctly, at that time, Hawkeye
He was
had
Ronan.
just been Ronin or was just going by Clint basically at that point in time. So she honored him by taking the name Hawkeye, is what it was in the comics.
It's kind of like taking Hulk and making a female character. Call her what? She-Hulk. It's so fucking weird.
Until Titania gets a trademark on it.
Any of
But,
us is a member of the intelligentsia, it'd be Willie.
I don't even know who that is, but all
I
right, I'll
know.
take it.
Have you
But I
watched
will
any of
say,
She-Hulk yet?
Not. I mean, as I said, I watched 2 or 3 episodes. I'm not sure. I think the last one was the twerking one that people. I didn't have a problem with the twerking.
Hilarious.
It was a post-credit scene too. I don't know why people
Yeah.
are so mad.
That's
and it was
whatever.
Perfectly in line with the character
mean-
that jump rope naked in her own comic book.
Some things like I can see why people are saying, well, they're going like, oh, look at this, just doing this for like some things like they're going too hard with the girl power stuff, but not enough for me to really care. I could kind of it's whatever. Like they tone it up a little bit, kind of like when I said like the differences from like the first episode of Supergirl and Jessica Jones. You have Supergirl saying, "Yeah, I'm doing this, and I'm a girl." Every 5 goddamn seconds, I know you're female. I know that. And then you just go to Jessica Jones, who's just doing awesome shit. That's the difference. If that makes sense.
And
Like,
it's been a little hard at it.
I mean, I'm with you. You don't have to fucking make me feel bad. Like what the
After
fuck
it
are you
switched from
talking about? I'm
CBS
with
to
you.
CW, that show changed a lot.
I've heard that, but I'm just talking about the first episode only,
Yeah.
which is what the only thing I saw. And it definitely does in that first episode. Every
Yeah.
5 seconds. Sabrina the Teenage Witch season 2 did that too. I'm like, I get it. I know. Like, you don't have to remind me so much. I'm not stupid. Like, I get it. Look at Jessica Jones just being, boom, fuck you. I'm badass. Like, okay, you badass. That's all there is to it. That's it done right.
That show was fucked up.
I mean, the show. To be fair, I thought Jessica Jones was boring to me because I didn't really know. I don't know what was going on. Maybe I was just too tired when it came out. And I only watched it the one time. Didn't watch. There was a second season.
There's 3 seasons.
Never saw
wasn't
it. Oh, there was 3 seasons.
Or was it
Holy
only
It was
2?
at least 2.
I only
I don't
saw
know
the
if there was a
first
third. There's
season,
at
to be
least 2.
honest. I only saw the first season. It was all right. It didn't really catch me, but I mean, it's still the meaning's there. And I've seen a couple things in She-Hulk that's like, I mean, you're turning that knob a little too much, but it's whatever. It doesn't bother me. Like it's just, but I can see why people would say it, but still, fuck those people though.
Yeah, there's 3 seasons.
Shit.
Live and learn.
Still, what they did with Kilgrave, the fact that they actually put that on TV, I still can't believe it. The
I think
Purple
it
Man
was
awesome.
I think, yeah, like this dude is way too evil and could do way too much shit. I don't like this. I don't like it. I think that's what it
love
was.
The fact that David Tennant like
It weirded me
leaned
out too
into it.
much.
Like, because he had just got done being Doctor Who, and he's like, "Oh, I'm
Who?
gonna go be the most sadistic, like, supervillain almost ever in comics. Like, just the creepiest creeper of all time."
Is that the same one who's in House of the Dragon?
No, that's Matt Smith.
No, that's Matt.
Okay. Who was Purple Man?
David Tennant.
David Tennant, Matt Smith. Okay. I'm trying. Like, I never watched Doctor Who, so I'm trying. And who was in Fright Night, the remake?
David Tennant.
David
he did
Tennant.
the
Oh,
Chris
David Tennant's
Angel-
fucking awesome.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
the Chris Angel like version of a magician that was also like the horror horror fan.
That movie wasn't
I
great, but it was
just
definitely
rewatched it
better than I
again.
thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that remake wasn't a bad remake.
Yeah.
It has.
Should there have been a remake? Probably not.
Oh, well.
And also it wasn't the sequel, didn't they? They made a sequel to that remake, and it wasn't the same story, right? Like it wasn't supposed to be a sequel, but it is to the remake. It was weird where they gender swapped him, didn't they? Jerry, the vampire.
I mean, they did Fright Night and Fright Night 2. I don't know. Did they do a Fright Night 2 to the new one?
Yeah, I thought they did. It was like might have been direct to video.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
sure.
Fright
I
Night
remember
2,
seeing like a trailer for it.
2013.
I was like, why is Jerry now a female? Is there like a story reason for this, or is this not even supposed to be like the sequel to the first? Like what is going
Romania, Charlie and his friends discovered that their alluring art professor is a real-life vampire hell-bent on completing an ancient ritual with Amy's blood.
on? Oh, fair enough.
So yeah, they replaced Anton Yelchin's character Charlie with a new actor because, of course, Anton Yelchin died, and then had him go to Romania on a high school trip and run into a vampire.
I thought I saw this trailer. Like, it was years ago when I saw it, so I don't really remember exactly. So it's all going for like 7-8 years of memory. Fuck.
Yeah, the actress Jamie Murray played a character named Jerry Dandridge. It is Gerri.
Yeah,
So yeah, they gender swapped Jerry, even though he died in the first movie.
which makes no sense because why even keep the same name then? Just
just
slightly
call
different
him
spelling, but still
yeah.
Jerry. Like what the fuck?
Call
Like that's the
vampire
confusing
anything
thing.
else. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I think that's
I
where
don't
my
think I ever
confusion
saw
with because they
that.
kept the same name
Yeah.
for what reason? Like just say it's a different person, it's a different vampire. Can we not just do that? Like what?
Yeah, and now I remember seeing the poster for it, but I don't think I ever saw the movie.
Hmm.
Huh. So they did Fright Night and Fright Night 2 both times. All right.
Hmm.
The things you learn on IMDb.
So Chris, how was Friday Night to you, the remake?
I don't watch horror movies, so I have no idea.
Wait, what?
I don't watch horror movies.
Have you ever told us that?
Probably. I don't care for the genre. I don't watch horror
Yeah.
movies.
He's not a big horror fan.
It feels
What-
like I
What We
should
Do in
have
the Shadows
heard you
is
say that
about
before, but that is
yeah.
not popping up in my
What we
memory
do
at
in the
all.
shadows isn't horror,
Holy-
though.
No,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
What
not
We
a
Do in the
horror.
Shadows is about as close as Chris gets to a horror.
I saw
What
some
about
Saw
vampires in
movies.
it?
I enjoyed those.
You watch torture porn?
Hey, the first one wasn't torture.
First one was awesome.
The first one is one of the best films put on film for 40 grand.
Fair. Okay, that 40 grand part, you got me. I was about
No.
to say, what the fuck you talking about?
Two guys come out of film school and say, hey, we need to do a movie. What's the cheapest thing we can do? Two guys in a room. Okay, why are they there? And from that, an entire franchise of films came out of that thought and like 40 grand. Like, it's amazing what they accomplished with two guys in a room.
Yeah.
I mean, they technically invented the newest slasher since Chucky. So Jigsaw doesn't kill people, but he's, in that category. His apprentices, they kill lots of people. Jigsaw didn't kill nobody, though.
Well,
No,
he
never
put
killed
them in a
anybody.
thing where they could easily be killed, and then kind of dangled a key
Give
to
them
them.
an option of escape.
Yeah, either maim yourself or kill yourself. Oh, that's such a good choice there.
Yeah, well,
Fuck out of here with that. He knew they were going to kill themselves by being dumbasses. He knew wholeheartedly.
that's on them.
No, that's on both of them. It's on Jigsaw too. Don't give me that. Oh, he didn't actually kill it. He fucking knew what was going to happen. He knew them. He knew exactly what they were going to do and how they were going to be dumb about it. That's just fucking short-sightedness. If you think any other way, fucking bullshit.
Saved Amanda. She got better for a while.
And she got psychotic
Well, yeah, there's repercussions.
from the torture she received from him.
Yeah, but she
He
didn't-
caused it. Jigsaw caused what Amanda became.
and she stopped trying to kill herself, didn't she?
Yeah, so because she started trying to kill other people.
There you go. She got better.
You could also argue that she did it so she could get caught, so she would get the death penalty, so she would die. So it is kind of self-fulfilling.
Never.
You know I'm right.
Still trying to convince Jana to watch the first Saw movie with me. I told her she doesn't have to watch all 7 of them, but I want her to watch the first
Jana, don't do it. Stay strong, girl.
The
Girl
first one's
power.
good.
Stay strong. Don't watch that shit. It only costs $40,000 to make. How good can it be?
I'm going to get you a list of $40,000 movies that are amazing. And
Evil
that's
Dead, the
one of
first
them.
one, shit. I don't want to hear it.
I'm not sure they spent $40,000 on the first Evil Dead.
I know. Or the second.
I think
Combined,
$40,000 might have
maybe.
been their big budget redo when they did the second movie. That might have been $40,000. I think the first Evil Dead movie they did for about $412.
So, what are we going to do with the second movie? I don't know. Let's just remake the first one for most part and then
Wilma.
just continue on. Okay, sure.
Hey, it worked.
I mean, I didn't
Sam
say it
Raimi
did.
kept working. Like, you know,
I don't even know if I've seen the first Evil Dead. I know I've seen Evil Dead 2 in Army of Darkness. I don't know if I ever saw the first one. I can't. Did I?
you ever seen the OG?
Well, because when I went to Blockbuster back in the day, they didn't have it. They had Evil Dead 2, but they didn't have Evil Dead 1. So what am I supposed to do? Blockbuster's the one fucking up, not me.
The OG Evil Dead, it's an experience. Because, yeah, you can tell, like, it's literally, it's a couple $100 and some friends with a camera in the woods. Like, they you know, that movie is held together with duct tape and baling wire. But it's, for what it is, it's so good. Because you can tell everybody working on that movie was there because they just loved the idea of making a horror movie. Like,
so
there was no one there trying to be a big egotistical shithead.
Huh.
It was just
So,
a bunch of people trying to have fun in the woods making a movie.
So Marvel's delaying some movies, huh?
Yep. And that's the news of the week.
I
What?
did see a. Oh, go. I'm sorry. I'm the asshole here.
No, go ahead.
He
Speak
is.
your piece.
No, I'm being an asshole. I'm being a dumb asshole, and I'm being offbeat with you guys, and I'm feeling off today. So it's on me. I'm feeling like a jackass. My apologies. My apologies to you, Chris, mostly and foremost, to the audience. Bachman go fuck himself, but everyone else.
Yeah, I feel the love in this room today. That being said, we are going to start shutting things down, and how we do that is our final segment of the show. It's a bit called What I'm Into. It's when we share with you guys the geeky and nerdy things that we be getting into, because you may want to go check them out yourselves. And I'm going to let Willie start us off. What you been getting into, buddy?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Pop quiz, hotshot. Oh, God. What? Okay,
Shoot
so I
the
started
hostage.
watching. Okay. Shit, I'm the hostage. Fuck. So, like I said, I've been watching She-Hulk a little bit. Like, my buddy came over and was like, hey, you want to watch it? Like, yeah, I'm sure. I do want to mention that I saw something funny on Reddit. The question was, who is the MCU's Ezra Miller? I thought that was a funny fucking question. There's only one right answer, and that's Terrence Howard. But, that dude's fucking... Oh, Jesus.
I wouldn't even throw that on Terrence Howard. All he did was ask for more money.
All he did was
Like-
beat his wives.
Did he do that before or after he was kicked off of Iron Man 2?
Before and after, I believe.
I don't know.
Okay. That I didn't
Like
know.
they're like he's had restraining orders taken against him from his wives. Like I think like at least one wife in 2009. I want to say. I think I saw these. I forget the dates and stuff, but yeah. There's been things on there. Don't forget his he is like where 1 times 1 has to equal 2, because if it didn't, 2 doesn't matter. Like what? He's done some weird shit. He says he let. I forget the amount of money. I think it was like $1 million. He said he let Robert Downey Jr. borrow $1 million.
It was $100 million.
Oh, it's $100 million. Okay, so I couldn't remember the money. It's like he just says, "Yeah, I just didn't bother him with it because it's whatever." Like $100 million, is just what?
That's
Okay.
insane.
Sure, I believe you. I believe you. Sure, just let that shit. What the fuck? Whatever. It's just from he's just he's not there, man. Oh my god. But yeah, saw that shit. Let's see, what else have I been doing? What have I been doing? I been trying to get this pasta recipe, at least the sauce. I've been kind of modifying the sauce to get it better. And I've been taking steps using San Marzano tomatoes and kind of getting my system down. Whole peeled tomatoes, and I blend them up after I stew them for a while. Trying to get that taste down, and I'm getting closer. Not quite there yet. Getting closer, little by little. But it's how the pasta still came out fucking delicious, though. What else have I been seeing? Oh my god, I don't remember. My mind's just always a blank for this. Why is it always a blank? I've been continuing playing Yakuza 3. Still haven't even played.
I'll be honest.
You think I write things down during the week like, I don't keep a diary? What the
when
hell?
I start the show, I write down.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm messing with you.
That's why me and Chris have notes, and Willie doesn't know what he's talking about.
I keep a little memo book right here. Ooh.
I have a line or two for every episode.
I think I should just shut the fuck up and let you guys go then, because I got nothing important.
Oh,
I want to play Yakuza 3. There you go.
There you go. Okay, I'll go next. My stuff's pretty quick, and then I'll bitch about something at the end. So, She-Hulk, working on catching up on that. I am halfway through the season. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Went out yesterday with my wife for Community Day for Pokemon Go. Went and caught a bunch of Pokemon and wandered around downtown. It was fun. Had some good food at a new restaurant that just opened downtown. It was absolutely delicious. I plan on going back. I went out figure hunting a little bit this week because, hey, that's fun. I do that on my Fridays when I've got time. Ended up picking up a few things, which you can see over my shoulder on the desk. It is, and I'll go fuller screen here, it is the Jurassic Express of Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. I was able to pick up. And the Luchasaurus
Jack
figure,
Perry?
Jungle Boy Jack Perry. The Luchasaurus figure is
in
really
green
cool
or
looking.
black?
This is old, so it's still the green.
Nice.
But the figure is really cool looking for Luchasaurus. So I had to
Nice.
get it.
Even did his tattoos.
Did the tattoos, got the green fingertips, things like that. The Luchasaurus figure was really cool.
Is the tongue green?
Yes, he's actually sticking his tongue out in the...
Nice.
All right,
That's
perfect.
very Luchasaurus.
Perfect. Now take them out of their case, their boxes, and make them kith.
I mean, I could in theory, but...
I know, that tongue sticking out is even better. That's why I thought of it.
Some people are open box collectors. Some people are in-box collectors. I'm an in-box collector, so I will not
I'm just
opening
teasing
it.
you. I don't really care.
Okay. So I picked up that and a few other things because I actually had a pretty decent amount of success going into a local video game shop that had a bunch of, that also dabbles in action figures and statues and stuff like that. They had a bunch of AEW stuff that they had bought, no one was interested in, so it was older stuff I picked up for retail price without markup, really. So I was pretty happy with the things I was able to pick up. I wish I had gone and checked there before when I was hunting for some stuff, because it would have saved me a lot of time. The final thing I'll get into is I'm going to use my platform, as small as it may be, to bitch for a moment here, which is, remember last week I had mentioned that as part of the GameStop Pro Day sale, I'd bought Far Cry 6 and Tales of Arise because the sales were ridiculous. Well, I get a notice in my email, hey, it's Wednesday afternoon. I'm getting my box from GameStop's arrived. So I take 5 minutes from work, I go upstairs, I'm like, yes, there's the box, take it in off the front porch, open up the box, look inside, there's my packing slip, it says, okay, I'm supposed to have these 2 games and a box of Pokemon cards I bought for my wife. Pull up the tissue paper, there's a Dratini plush and Pokemon figures, and I go, the fuck is this? It's not my shit. It's someone else's shit in my box. So I go, oh, this is going to be a pain in my ass to figure out. So once I get done with work that afternoon, I call GameStop because there's no online support anymore. They used to have chat support. Never works. You can email them, but then I got to wait days to hear back. So I call back, and I spend 35 minutes on hold waiting for someone to assist me with the same music repeating itself every 3.5 minutes.
Nice.
How do I know? Because I kept hearing it, and it was driving me crazy.
Or you were using that to count how many minutes you've been on hold.
Well, I could have, but I was actually using the timer on my phone.
It was like rings of a tree.
So I finally get through, and I explain the problem, and I have to explain it a couple times because admittedly it's a bit weird, but effectively the problem is you put someone else's stuff in my box, and someone else got my stuff in their box. Like I have my packaging slip that says, here's what's supposed to be in it. None of that stuff is there. The label on the box is to my address. So the guy understands what I'm saying. We go through it a couple times just so he can make sure he understands. And he goes, well, I got to forward this to our loss prevention department. He goes, I can't help you now. And I pause and I go, okay, well, what does that mean? He goes, well, do you want a refund or do you want your stuff? And I said, I would rather have this reordered because, number one, those prices were only for a week, so I don't imagine I'd be able to go and buy them again. And number two, part of why there was a box of Pokemon cards in there is it was buy two, get one free. The one box that was in that box was the one I got free. So you're going to refund me $0 on my free box of Pokemon cards? No.
Well, that's what they want to do.
Yeah, of course. So I'm like, I want it reordered. He goes, okay. Well, he goes, I wanted to ask you, it takes the same amount of time either way. He goes, I just wanted to know. And I went, okay. He goes, so I have to forward it to loss prevention. He goes, it's going to be 3 to 5 days before they get back in touch with you. And I was like, are you shitting me? You guys screwed up. I just spent 30 minutes waiting to talk to someone, and now I have to wait another 3 to 5 days to see how they're going to help me to fix their mistake. So by the time this comes up, your sale is already over. So if you decide to be like, oh, we sold out, we can't actually resend you this stuff, you've just fucked me, because one of the games I bought was $120 list price that was on sale for $25.
1/4 portion.
I do have a question for this.
Yes.
I do have a question. You called a local GameStop, right?
No, I called their customer support number.
Yes.
Oh,
you called the
okay.
customer
I
care
thought you called a
Yeah.
random.
No.
A
Called the
random one. It was
customer
just some
support
dude like,
number.
I can't
No.
help you, dude, but I can get. I was like,
No.
holy shit! Like,
It
this
was
stuff
their
is-
customer support number that
Oh,
I called.
oh yeah, fuck them
Yeah.
then.
And it's not the guy who was helping me's fault. He's doing
I
what
know.
their system allows them to do. But the
Yeah.
fact that their system basically treats it like I'm lying and they have to make some kind of determination with their loss prevention department as to whether I'm trying to screw with them. I don't want the stuff they sent me. I don't want a Dratini plush and Pokemon action figures. I want my stuff, and I will happily take it back to the store or have it shipped back to them if they send me a label, because I don't want it. But I want my stuff. Or
Well,
I
you don't
want
just
my
want the stuff.
refund.
You want the stuff you ordered for the price you ordered it for.
Exactly. Or I want my
Yeah.
refund that accounts for the fact that I bought 3 boxes of Pokemon cards, 2 of which I paid for and 1 is supposed to be free. You need to give me this box money back and take that cost off of whatever the other one was that I paid.
Yeah, give me the cost of what it is now,
Right.
so I can actually go get my shit the correct
Yeah.
way when you should have done it in the first place.
Had this
Not you personally. But
had this
company.
not had that box of free Pokemon cards in it, I'd be like, give me a refund and I'll try and find this at a local store, despite the fact their website said the local stores didn't have these games. Spoiler alert, when I went out hunting for figures on Friday, I stopped at my local GameStop and they had 1 copy of each game. And I found out there, oh yeah, if we only have 1 copy left, it doesn't show up as available on our website. And I was like, what?
Well, they wouldn't want their inventory to be correct. Why would GameStop ever want that?
Again, not the people that work in the store's fault. It's the shitty inventory system that GameStop uses. But like,
The corporate system.
I haven't had terrible experiences in my local GameStops. The people that work there are pretty nice. They've got stuff there. I can chit chat with them for a couple minutes when I buy stuff. But this online purchasing experience was so ungodly painful when something got messed up that I just looked at it and went, I'm never buying anything from these guys online again. Because to get it fixed has taken me 40 minutes of my time, basically, 35 minutes on hold, plus another 5 to 10, basically, to talk through the problem and figure out what's going on. And now I have to wait another 3 to 5 days after I do that to figure out how GameStop is going to rectify the problem, or if they're just going to tell me to fuck off because they think I'm lying. Because I don't know what they're going to do. The loss prevention department could be like, no, this is bullshit. Now, to cover my ass, as soon as I opened the box, I took a photo of what I pulled out of the box with the packaging slip of what was in it on top of the box. But I was irate. And the way their systems work, there was just no way for me to be able to fix it. Like, they're like, you can go into the store and deal with these things. It's like, but no, I can't, because I go to the store and what are they supposed to do? The same thing you're going to do on there. But if I go to the store, they're going to be like, well, we've got to call in to figure out what to do. And I'm probably still going to get tossed to the same loss prevention people, which I fully expect are going to send me an email that either consists of, we think you're full of shit, so we're not doing anything, or we'd love to do something, but we're out of stock of the things you want.
See, I'm going to take your story. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it on the pile, that big ass fucking pile of reasons GameStop is so shitty, and then add a sign to it. Why do people still shop at GameStop? Why?
Why?
I understand places being busy, especially when we were deeper in the pandemic when people weren't going into stores, so everyone was calling in. But at this point, there's no reason why I need to be on hold for 35 minutes to get assistance. 35 minutes. And you take away the online option other than be like, well, you can email us, which great. That adds another 3 days wait time on to whatever I'm doing when I only have 15 days to return whatever you send me if I decide I want my refund.
Yeah, putting in forced delays, that's how companies like that keep from having to do refunds.
Right?
GameStop definitely has a hand in why I'm mostly digital only with games now.
I mean,
GameStop, you can blame them for being so shitty. When I walk into the store and there's like 15% of their entire storefront is games, and the rest of that 85% is fucking merchandise that I don't give two shits about, go fuck yourself. You're not a game shop. You're a fucking merchandise shop.
They keep changing their mind on what they are because their leadership keeps changing. So now they're back to mostly being a game shop. So the one that I've been in was like 70% games. And then a bunch of other stuff sprinkled in. But now they're also selling like PC hardware and stuff like that too. I'm very confused.
Yeah, they're kind of going the way of Hastings, where Hastings was originally, it was a book, magazine, retailer. Then they rented movies, and then they started selling toys, and then they started selling Funko Pops and everything that you would find at a Spencer's Gift. And then they started selling comics, and then they started selling weekly comics or monthly comics. You could actually get a subscription like a comic book store at a Hastings where they're slapping stickers on the covers. Why they ever thought anybody would do that, who knows? And then eventually, because Hastings didn't know what the hell it was, they were selling equipment, they were selling video games, they were renting movies, they were trying to sell everything, and then they went out of business because no one knew what the hell you could get everything at a Hastings, you know. And then the GameStop seems to be going the same direction where they just can't make a decision of what they actually want to be in the business of.
Yeah, it was just frustrating as hell. And the fact that the problem still isn't resolved since Wednesday of last week when it arrived, when it came up, because I'm sure my 3 to 5 days don't include the weekend.
No, of course not. It's 3 to 5 business days.
No, he just said 3 to 5 days. He didn't say business.
Yeah,
I took note of that.
I bet he's supposed to in the policy, and he read it wrong.
Probably. Like the guy who was helping me, like, I appreciate that he understood the problem. And I was like, look, I understand that this sounds really weird. He goes, no, it's probably, this has happened before, I'm sure. Like
every business probably had something happen like this.
Yeah, you swap a package,
it happens.
And you put the wrong stuff in the wrong box. That happens all the time.
Yeah, so the guy that was helping me was really good, and I appreciated his assistance. And it's just their process for fixing the problem is such a pain in the ass. Like, had this been a problem with Amazon or Best Buy or Target or Walmart, it would have been solved online, or it would have been solved with a quick phone call to their support number, and I would have had my replacements probably within a day or two, because I'm sure even if they decide to replace it, I'm still going to get the super slow shipping. So we're still looking at least another week before I get my games that I ordered a week ago today.
If they fuck up, they need to do overnight that shit, but they never fucking do.
No.
Yeah.
It's your mistake. You pay for it.
Frustrating. And at this point, I just think I'm going to avoid buying anything online from them anymore. If I want something, I'll stop in at the local store. And if they have it, that's great. And if they can get it for me shipped to the store, I'll pick it up at the store, but I'm not dealing with them shipping me stuff, because at this point, it's going to take over a week for me to fix this problem. Maybe.
Yeah. It's a waste of energy and time to maybe get the problem fixed. Like, that part sucks.
And I was excited to play this game that I'm probably now not going to get, is what I figure.
Which one?
Far Cry 6. Although Tales of Arise, I'm really excited to play also.
Didn't they just release some kind of Stranger Things tie-in with Far Cry 6?
I don't know. I don't watch Stranger
Things. I think I saw something like that. I know you don't watch horror.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's horror.
That's what I've been getting into. I've been fighting the power. And the power is winning because their system prevents me from winning. The customer's not always right there.
Yeah.
Because we're beaten into submission.
That's true. That sucks.
Well, no, because you dealt with GameStop. That was the problem.
Worst case scenario, what's going to happen is if I don't get a problem that is satisfactory to what I want, and they won't let me return the stuff, I'm just going to dispute the credit card charges and then come after me then, because I did not get what I ordered.
Yeah.
Every time I go into a GameStop and they're like, you want a pre-order thing? Like, nah, man, I know you got shuck and jive here, man. I don't care. You're not getting anything from me. And
I don't want your damn magazine either.
I'm not blaming them because I know they're forced to do it. Like, I know you guys shuck a job, man.
Here's the thing.
I'm not looking for
they
anything.
try and catch you sometimes too, because like when I went to the one on Friday, like I was buying some Pokemon cards for my wife while I was there, and he goes, "Oh, you like Pokemon? Did you pre-order the new game?" I'm like, "Yes, I did." And I didn't say anything more than that, and he goes, "What?" And he looks it up and he goes, "Well, I don't see it in our system." I'm like, "Because I pre-ordered it digitally." So like,
I didn't pre-order from you.
He was checking me to see whether I was spinning him a line or not, and I was like, I did, just digitally, because
I shut that shit down so hard because every time they're like, "Oh, I'm not looking to get anything today, other than what I have right here, right now in front of you that I'm sliding that you can scan." That's it. I am not getting anything else other than this today.
Corporate makes them do that stuff. I understand.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. That's why I say I understand you guys shuck a job, man, but I'm good on that, man.
That's what I've been getting into, though. Bachman, why don't you wrap things up for us? What you've been getting into?
Let's see. So, She-Hulk, Midnight Club, and Halloween Ends. They all ended. I watched the endings of all of them. She-Hulk is utterly fantastic. That show is great, start to finish, and introduces. Not going to spoil anything, but yeah, we're one more step closer to the Young Avengers. And so I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with that. But yeah, loved how it ended. And the introduction of the Kevin character is fantastic. I think everybody that watches that is going to think it's a hilarious episode of television. Midnight Club was really solid. Mike Flanagan stuck the landing on that, which is tough because it's a show where it's, kids dying of cancer telling stories. And they really did a solid job telling using the anthology storytelling aspect of that show to do some of the wrap-up storytelling, and then the world of the characters as well, wrapping it up. That show was just fantastic. I'm almost done with Parks and Rec. Finally went back and watched Hit Monkey on Hulu, so I'm finishing that up. I made a list of all the shows I'm going to go through, trying to figure out what I'm going to watch next. And there's like 13 different shows that I want to watch on Hulu, and I realize there's like 1,200 episodes of television that I have lined up. It's like I don't need any other streaming services right now, so I'm good. And then, me and Jana watched the first 2 episodes of The Bear. Willie's right. It's a damn good show. Super intense, though. Like,
I said it.
Like a show that almost gives you anxiety. It's so tense.
Super serious, but super good.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good writing, really good acting. Yeah, it's very strange. Like, it's such a simple concept for a show, but it's really well done. And then, found myself a new anime, which I'm loving. I watched the first episode of Chainsaw Man on Hulu, which is a fantastically fun show. It's a weird mix of like a horror level stuff like Demon Slayer, where there's weird demons around the world that have to be killed, and then kind of like little cute character introduced in the very beginning that's kind of like a Pokemon level demon, which is kind of cute. That's named Bachiko, who's awesome. But yeah, it's a really fun, really strange show. It's going to be I'm interested to see where they're going with it, because I don't think the rest of the season is going to be hardly anything like the first episode. And so without spoiling anything, it's hard to tell like where it's going to go, because by the end of the first episode, it's a huge turn. So it's a very weird show, but it's very cool. And the artwork on it and the gore and the gruesomeness was fantastic. And then, I did a little cleanup in the office, still moving stuff around in shelves and stuff. I got all of my tikis up. So I got all of my geeky tikis there. I moved some more of the Funko Pops, and I got my Sam and his lunchbox up. And then I also finally mounted my Amazing Spider-Man page that Jana got me as my housewarming present for when we moved in here. So I have a Ryan Otley Amazing Spider-Man page mounted on my door to my den. It's got Spider-Man and Grog on it. So it's a beautiful page, super expensive, and now I know worth even more. But yeah, so got that put up. As I was moving stuff around, I ended up taking a bunch of more books. Took a second box of books to Half Price Books here in Meridian, sold those off. And last time, didn't get much money this time. But this time I couldn't walk out without buying another book. And so basically I took the couple of bucks they gave me for some books, and I put it towards another first edition. So I now have a second member of my Stephen King first edition family. And I now own the namesake. I have the Bachman books, including the now out of print Rage. So it's a first edition book club of the Bachman books, including Rage in hardcover. And so, I now own the Dead Zone and Stephen King's The Bachman books in hardcover.
Ooh, The Running Man.
And The Running Man.
That was my favorite Bachman book.
Yeah, this one's awesome. And it's in such good condition. Like the the pages are pristine.
Nice.
Like there's no tears, there's no scuffs, no nothing. Like it's beautiful. So I now own 2 first edition Stephen King novels.
Yeah, I really liked The Running Man when I read that a long time ago.
Well, let's wait, between The Running Man and The Long Walk, the Bachman books include 2 stories that are basically a futuristic game show where people literally die to win the competition. And all of those came out way before Battle Royale or the Hunger Games. Like Stephen King had this idea a while ago. So it's kind of cool to see what people are doing with that concept now. Yeah, other than that, yeah, just rip Hagrid. Rest in peace, Robbie Coltrane.
Oh, yeah.
It was sad to see that. It was cool to see like what all the kid actors put out about him after he died. But I was thinking about like the fact that like they just did that anniversary show and like they got them all together to talk. I'm so happy that they just did that. And like he got to talk about how great it was to work with all those kids in all those movies and how much fun he had playing Hagrid. And so it's just really nice that they got that done, the Harry Potter introspective, before other members of that cast died, because I mean there is some older people in that cast, and at some point we're going to be down to just the kids. And so yeah, the fact that like they did that kind of reunion show where we're already missing what the original Dumbledore was dead, and then Severus Snape had died, and so like there was already 2 actors dead, and now we lost another one. Like that cast was filled with amazingly talented older actors. And so it's going to be sad as they die off, especially for all these kids that grew up on the Potter films. And yeah, it's awful to see that happen. But of course, like, dude lived a long life, did a bunch of amazing movies and seemed to have a blast doing them. So, went out, it sucks when people go, but it's nice when they get to do, like a huge retrospective on a massive piece of the work they did in their life before they die. So at least that happened. So that was, the one bright side of it. But yeah, it's sad to see Hagrid go. That dude was such a great actor. His character was so cool.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah. That's what I've been into. And then, yeah, I can hear the noise. I don't know if you guys pick it up on mic, but yeah, there's bricks getting put on the top half of my fireplace right now. It's almost done. It should be done today.
Nice.
I will finally have a finished fireplace, and my Jana will be very happy, because that's the one thing that she's been very, very unhappy about in our living room is a sheetrock fireplace for basically the last year. It's the one thing we didn't finish when we moved into the house. And so once that's done, we get to finish redoing the living room, and now we're going to actually sell the couch we get and get a smaller one. And yeah, redo the whole living room the way she's wanted since we moved in. And yeah, once the fireplace is done, we'll actually be able to hang stuff up on the mantle for Christmas and stuff. So it's going to be nice.
That will be.
Yeah, family photos on the mantle and all that stuff. And the mantle we got's nice too. It's cool looking.
Well, that's exciting. You know what else is exciting, folks?
The end of the show.
The end of the show, and the fact that we'll be back next week, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, over at www.geeks.live. Geeks.live should be up and running again next week. It is down for maintenance right now, so please keep in mind our backup is nerds.live.
Ooh.
Dirty nerds.
That just redirects to my Twitch page. We don't have a fancy landing page like we do on Geeks.live.
It works.
Is nerdporn.com taken? Because we should definitely take that.
Why don't you go look it up and see, Willie?
It's probably taken.
Go to domains.google.com. You can look it up right there.
No, I'm just gonna search to type it into the web address.
Oh, dear.
Uh-oh. Dangerous.
I'm like 99.9% sure someone's already taken that.
.com.
I love how his phone just lights up real quick on his face as he's doing that.
Yep. Dangerous.
I think someone's just what's it called?
Squatting?
Sitting on this. Yeah.
Sitting on it. Yeah.
Because it's just something that says related searches, casual sex, adult affair dating, sex dating. And at the bottom in the right corner it says buy this domain.
Yep. Willie found himself a squatter.
It is copyrighted this year though, so what happens when I click sex dating? What the fuck is sex dating?
End it before he clicks it.
Well, guys, thank
Tired
you
of
so much
having
for joining
fun
us.
alone.
We are going to
Let's
shut
have
this thing
fun
down.
with Jerkmate.
I did just check on Google. The domain's taken, Willie. Although you could get .info, .xyz, or .online right now.
No, but they are squatting it, so you can get it.
Yeah, not
Buy
for
this
the price
domain.
you'd have
Pay
to
for
pay.
it. Yeah.
Unless you want to pay for that.
Oh.
Too much.
Yeah.
It's gonna be too much.
Too much. And what are you actually going to do with it besides make a gag? For the price of the gag, it ain't worth it, I'm sure.
Probably not.
You think it's just for a gag?
I hope it's only for a gag. On that note, we are going to shut things down. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. As we shut things down, you guys have any final thoughts for the people?
Nope.
Just remember, any music you probably enjoyed from the 80s and to the 90s and so on was probably done by Rick Rubin.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Willie. And thank you for everyone who watched us live or is watching or listening at a later date. We will see you next Sunday for more of our horseshit shenanigans. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Awful Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at GonnaGeek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us at atgnpodcast@GonnaGeek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at Incompetech.com.